Welcome back to the channel. Today's project involved the winch. For those that haven't followed this winch fabrication, this is mechanically driven with a PTO shaft winch. This base is a Gar-lock winch, which is capable of 30,000 pounds. We all understand that the tractor is going to come when this reaches the limit of pulling. It's just a good base to make something decent with that. As you can see, it's being driven. As you can see, there's a shaft on this side, there's the same shaft on the other end. It's being driven with pulley in the back that we don't see, and there's electric clutches like lawnmower, and then each clutch can carry give or take 25 HP, which is plenty sufficient for a winch. I have two of those. One goes one direction, the other one goes opposite direction, and you can see in the video. What I do have is this remote, but this remote is driven or is powered by a 23A battery, that odd battery that costs too much to my liking, and in the cold it doesn't really perform well. First. Second is it's not fail safe. So if I ask to pull, then if that remote does fail, I'm going to pull the tractor in the ditch. It happened once where there was a delay of 0.5 seconds, and I can tell you 0.5 seconds seems to be very long. So I'm not going to take any chance. I'm going to change this type of remote by something else. So this remote came with this. Those two wires are the signals for the clutch in, clutch out, positive power, negative of course, and this is the antenna. So I got another style of a remote. I'm going to show you that. As usual, I had already started the work. Anyways, so this is actually what replaced this controller. This is a much bigger controller. It got 8 wires within, and there's the antenna that comes outside. What I'm going to do later is to do some kind of guarding. So they strongly suggest to not have this antenna enclosed into any device, so that the maximum, let's say, signal is kept. Although the signal with this one was quite good already. I might just put some kind of guarding on top of it to make sure that I'm not going to hit and break the antenna. It comes with that wire here coming out, and it goes in like so. There's a diagram here that shows the how it works. On this specific model, I have in and out. I don't have east-west. It's usually to power hoist. So those 2 wires are not used. A third one is for some kind of a control I'm not needing. So I pretty much wired this again, like this one to this relay, and the other one to the other relay. Basically, I use a relay because the clutch they take quite a good amount of current. I don't want to burn the controller here. I'm running through these relays. What else I have is the positive. 2 wires go to the positive, again for different configuration. You can refer to the diagram, and the last wire is the negative. So everything is pretty much wired now. I'm going to leave it open as is to make sure that I've powered the in and out properly. Otherwise, I'll have to just interchange those 2 wires to unplug and plug on the right side. As a reminder, this powers up the whole thing, and this one is winch in and out, that I can also do it without using the remote. So I have this remote that I'm going to test in a few minutes. First of all, I need to power up the winch. I have an auxiliary electrical outlet on the side, which is a 7-pin, which I converted to pretty much 4-pin. But actually what I did is pretty much connect only the negative and positive for the purpose of connecting this winch, which is the connection right now here, like that. So it's going to connect like so. Let's start that. Okay, I put the switch on the tractor. What I'm going to do next is to power up this thing. In, up. Let's see. Up is winch in, winch out, winch in. Yay! Winch in, winch out. Okay. Good. Good. So I'm safe. So one other detail about the existing remote is that whenever I did on, it took quite a while to turn on, and you could barely see this come red. And I had to, it was tough. Now it's blinking. I'm assuming it's trying to connect, and then was quite long to put off. And then if I left this on and I had this in my neck, I needed to be very let's say careful not to hit any of those buttons. Like this, I just hit the stop button. There's no way it can come up. Like this, start. Okay, I'll check if good. I need to start, stop. That works as well. Good. Great. It takes 2 batteries AA. I did put something to hook the lanyard to this bottom screw, so it's sturdier. There's something like that to detach it. There's no good reason for that, but anyways. Good. I'm going to turn this off, and voila. So this is the shaft I got from Vivo or Amazon. Through Amazon. Was up to 48 inches. I had to reduce it to 34-ish. And this is the small guard I put on top so I don't break it, and it's going to be protected against the elements. I'm going to start a machine, start a PTO, and I show you that. For now, I won't be spinning this. I disengage here, so it's going to spin freely.